All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Carla R, the Trailblazer, your lifestyle strategist. My mission is to get you unlocked, unleashed, and activated into your place of purpose from the pulpit to the marketplace. I want to say happy Saturday to everyone. I'm super excited to be able to come on and share some new things that I'm doing, what I have going on, how you can work with me. I received so many messages about, hey, I want to work with you. Where can I get started? And so today we're going to be talking about my new coaching program called Girl Get Your Money Right. And it's a step-by-step system on how to break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. Now, I have some ladies that are here that have worked with me. Some of them are still current clients, but I want you to be able to hear from real people. Before I shared and I read their testimonials where they're here with me today. But before we dive in, I want to take a moment and and we woke up, learned about Chadwick Boseman passing away. He was an amazing actor. He was a phenomenal, just human being. We know him from the Marvel movies, Black Panther. He played James Brown, Jackie Robinson with the movie 42. And my eyes are just watering up because it's just so much. Like I was asleep and I woke up in the middle of the night. Y'all know tinkle time. So I got up and I checked my phone. I always check my phone in the middle of the night because I have a daughter in college. And she texted me like 3 o'clock in the morning and was like, Ma, oh my God, Chadwick Boseman died. And immediately I was like, well, who is that? Wait, who? I said, because I'm asleep. I just got up and I'm not really functioning. And I looked, she was like, the guy from Black Panther, Mom. Oh my God, you don't know what I'm talking about. I was like, oh. I was like, no. So I immediately got on Instagram. That was to me, and even though I know some people view them as, oh, these are celebrities, man, they real people, so whether you've lost people due to COVID-19, whether there were people in your personal family, in your life personally that you lost in 2020, I know that 2020, man, has been throwing blows at us left and right, but I want to encourage you that it's still not over. Come on, somebody type that on the screen. It's still not over. And so we just want to take a moment of silence to honor, to reverence the lives that have been lost this year, over the years, not just through racial injustices, but through sicknesses like Chadwick Boseman. For us to learn his story, like, yo, he was playing in all these movies and battling colon cancer. That's where he passed away from stage 4 colon cancer. So you never know what people are experiencing, what they're going through. So if you look at somebody on social media and you see, oh, they gained a little weight, they lost a little weight, be careful with your responses because you don't know what people are dealing with. And so I really believe that 2020 has really come to cause us to live differently, So let's just take a moment of silence to honor the men and women throughout the years that we have lost. And then we're going to dive in. All right. We salute every king. We salute every queen. And if you lost someone, we send our prayers, we send our blessings. But we also want you to be encouraged. Know that the joy of the Lord is your strength. This is a time to lean into God like never before. This is a time to not just feel as if, oh, I don't have anything to live for. Oh, that person was around my age. No, you got to remain focused. You got to guard your mental space, guard your physical space, guard your mind, guard your heart, guard your media intake, guard your conversations. Be very careful with the conversations that you have. Be very mindful of what's going on the inside of you. This is a season where we're learning to really become more self-aware. Crystal, you're supposed to be on here with us. You posted, but you're supposed to be on here with us. Where you at? I sent you the link this morning because I realized last night I didn't send everybody the link. So all the ladies like, what happened? So we got it now. But Crystal, you're supposed to be on here with us. But anyway, without further ado, thank you so much for tuning in. I see you guys on Periscope, you're on YouTube, and also on Facebook. welcome, welcome, welcome. And so we're going to dive right in. We're going to have a courageous conversation about Girl Get Your Money Right. I'm about to introduce to you some ladies who immediately signed up when I hosted the class. When Girl Get Your Money Right came out, they were signing up left and right, and they're going to share why they signed up. They're going to share what they got from the class, what they learned. And these ladies are literally from all over the United States. So as I bring them on, I'm going to say their names, and let's just, be excited. Comment on the screen. Let us know where you're tuning in from, and get ready for some dynamic information. First, we have Wanda Wallace. Good morning, Wanda.
Good morning, Carla.
Good morning. Let everybody know where you're tuning in from and what made you sign up for Girl Get Your Money Right.
Okay, I'm from Atlanta, Maryland. And the reason why I signed up, I had to take a look at my relationship with my money. And I know one of the things you did say is that just because you have money doesn't mean to spend it. And so I had to take control of my finances so I won't have to live in debt and live paycheck to paycheck.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. And we're going to dive more into that. The next up, we have Latia Wallace. Good morning, Latia.
Good morning, Carla.
Awesome sauce. So let everybody know where you're tuning in from, where you're from, and what made you sign up for Girl Get Your Money Right.
Well, I'm from Miami, and the reason why I signed up for Girl Get Your Money Right is because I was living from paycheck to paycheck, and I wanted to learn how to break that cycle. So, yeah, that's why I signed up.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Next, we have Chatney White. Chatney, how you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing great. Coach C.
Awesome sauce. So let everybody know where you're from and what made you sign up for Girl Get Your Money Right.
Well, I am from Raleigh, North Carolina, and what made me sign up for Girl Get Your Money Right is because I found myself always hitting like this plateau or not being able to, exceed a certain cap as far as my income. And I was just tired of just, the up and down, roller coaster ride of my finances. And I realized that I needed to learn how to control and dominate my money and not let it control and dominate me. So that's why I got into Get Your Money Right. And I also needed a system in place to be able to manage and keep track of everything better. So that was why I joined the class.
You better preach, ma'am. Preach, ma'am. That's one of my coaching clients right there. All right, Chatney. Next, we have Nakisha Davis. Nakisha, tell us, Nakisha, where you at, girl?
Control and dominate my money and not let it control and dominate.
All right, so Nakisha has some technicalities going on. We're going to move right along to Talisha. Talisha, what's going on, baby?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Let everybody know where you're tuning in from and what made you sign up for Girl Get Your Money Right.
I am tuning in from New Orleans, Louisiana. And what made me get my money right is I kept not having any. I kept, it just was a repeated cycle that I just was going through. And I did not realize, the cycle I was in of always being in a position to where I have money and then all of a sudden it's gone and I have no idea where it went at.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's see if Nakisha's ready. Nakisha, good morning. Can you hear me, Nakisha? All right, so I don't know what's going on with Nakisha, but listen, we're going to keep going. We want you to hear from these ladies. So here's what we're going to do. So as you can see, I'm from North Carolina. Talisha's from Louisiana. Wanda is in Maryland. Latia is in Florida. And then Chatney is in North Carolina as well. Nakisha is in Pennsylvania. And then we also had Helen. I think Helen, was she in the Bahamas? I know she just recently moved back. And then we had Crystal Young, South Carolina, and we had so many more. Let me see one more time if I can get Nakisha on. Nakisha?
Hey, can you hear me?
There we are. We can hear you now. Let everybody know what made you sign up for Girl Get Your Money Right.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nakisha. I am from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I signed up for Girl Get Your Money Right because I was blowing through my finances like water. And I couldn't figure out why I was where my money was going. So when the program came out, this was a good time for me to do a self-examination on my finances and where I was putting them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing. And so now I want to dive in. And guys, if you have feedback, you can mute yourself. There we are. Thank you. All right. So let's start with you, Wanda. What did you know? What made? Let me see how I can start this question. What did you enjoy the most about Girl Get Your Money Right?
For me, I like when about management system and how to set up, your goals and where are you in your managing your money, like how are you spending it, your relationship, setting goals and developing system on how to monitor your money
Mm-hmm. Thank
and
you.
create
And
a
what?
spending plan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So was that something that was new for you, Wanda? Where you were like, let me see if I can change this. Hold on. Y'all know this is my first time with the whole, there we go. Wanda, was that something, the things that were taught, was that something that was new for you? Was it a reminder? Was it an accountability thing for you? How was it as far as the information that you received?
It was new for me. It was accountability and really a responsibility on how I spend my money. What is my relationship with my money, my finances? Because you can have money and you can lose control of how you spend it, going to Starbucks, eating out, knowing you need to do other things with your money when you have responsibilities. So I was all over the place and I needed to put things in check. So I needed to have a better relationship in how I spend my money.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing. And guys, I want you to, just take in what they're saying, and then at the end, I'm going to tell you what the program consists of. But right now, I just want you to hear how it is, how Girl Get Your Money Right is helping so many women. Nakia, Latia. I would change somebody's name right now. Let me see if I can exit solo. All right, Latia. What about you? What did you enjoy most about the program?
Your transparency, like how you went through the same thing that I went to, just by unwisely spending money, like how you was always, you explain how you was oh, I gotta bring you for these. Oh God, how you was explaining how you was always in debt with the card, how you always swiping your card. So now I keep money on me. Like that was my favorite part, because I always swipe my card, like, and
Mm-hmm.
end up with a overdraft after that, or I'll wait. I know I get paid on Friday, and I will like have a prepaid card where I will use that card 3 days later, knowing that they'll take the money out on Friday, and my money is already gone. Like, where did it go? So I learned how to put goals in place and the system in place, so where now I can have that money and I can feel the money before it's gone.
Mm-hmm. So true. And thank you so much for sharing that. And you guys, I understand that when it comes to our finances, that's a very touchy, very sensitive, you know what I'm saying, conversation to have. And so each of these women were courageous enough to sign up for this program and say, listen, this is where I am, and I take full responsibility, as Wanda says, and I'm holding myself accountable to say, listen, nothing changes if nothing changes. And so I think this is beautiful to have these ladies sharing their stories. Up next, we're Can you hear me, Talisha?
Okay, I can hear you
Okay.
now. Okay, I can hear you
Okay, go
now.
ahead. What did you enjoy the most?
No, I didn't
What
actually
did
hear
you
your
enjoy the most
question.
about Girl Get Your Money Right?
What I enjoyed the most is that it was relatable. Sometimes you'll get information and it's over your head and you really don't understand it, or it's too overwhelming. And it wasn't any of that. It was very simple, steps straight to the point. Um, it was understandable. I was able to understand it, and I was able to implement simple steps. Simple steps. I didn't have to deal with a whole lot of paperwork.
Mhm.
I didn't have to go through a whole lot of material. It was simple and straight to the point. That was what I really, really enjoyed about it.
Thank you. And let me ask you this, because I think that's the misconception as well when it comes to finances, of people like, oh, I'm so overwhelmed with the information. It's like 20 steps. I got to do this, that. Can you get more specific? Like maybe an area for you that was like, oh, I understand what Carla's saying. Like that makes sense. And perhaps it was an area that you were once overwhelmed or lacked knowledge or information or even strategy. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Yes. So there were several people that I would listen to. Dave Ramsey, of course, is one of them. But for Dave Ramsey, to me, he had too many documents for me. I just wanted something to where I can list what's going out and list what's coming in. I didn't want to have a spreadsheet for this or a spreadsheet for that. You ended up giving us a detailed expense spreadsheet, and it's for month to month. And that, to me, that's amazing, because I literally can go, I have my bank statement, I can't prepare. So I have my bank statement. So I was able to go through my bank statements and list detailed what went out for January, what went out for February. I didn't have to have several spreadsheets for a particular thing. And even with what's coming in, we have a detailed revenue spreadsheet that you ended up giving us. And so with that spreadsheet that we have, I'm able to list what's going in, and I can go to just those two documents and I can see what's coming in. I can see what's going out. I love that. And also something that you actually told us, which wasn't in a spreadsheet, that you do, that I implemented. You say that you have a calendar that you keep track of people that owe you. So what I actually did is I have a calendar that I keep track of who I owe in that calendar. So I have that, and I looked at my calendar, like, okay, well, this is due on this day. So it was so simple, because I would go here for information. Dave Ramsey was one of them. It was several people that I went to try to get knowledge on how to manage my finances, but they would just bombard me with a lot of information, and I would quit. Like, I would try to get into it, but then I will quit, because I know the type of person I am. Give me something that's simple that I can implement. Don't give me a whole lot of paperwork. Don't give me a whole lot of talking. Don't talk to me a lot. Just give me a basic system. So that's what I loved about it. I hope I answered your question.
Absolutely, you did. Thank you so much. Let me see. Absolutely, you did. And I want to say this. I've leaned and gleaned from a lot of people, and Dave Ramsey was actually one of those people. I did take his course in 2014, and it literally transformed my life. And also a book that I read called Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Really changed. That's where I learned about money blueprint, and where I learned about your relationship with money. And so I really think all of us are different. We all have different learning styles, and it's like I glean from here, I glean from there, and then I had to do what worked for me. And so the system that I share in Girl Get Your Money Right is really a simplistic one, like understanding what your debts are, the revenue that's coming in, the revenue spreadsheet that Talisha was mentioning. You also have an expenses one, so you know what's coming in on a consistent basis. You know what's going out on a consistent basis. I also teach them to check your bank account every day. This is how you can track fraud, know what's in your account, always know how much money you have, always know what it takes for you to live on a consistent basis, your survival budget, your thriving budget. Survival means this is the bare minimum of revenue that I need to generate to live each month. Thriving being this is the amount of revenue I need to generate to live my best life, to live comfortably. And so let's try Chatney again. Chatney, what did you enjoy most about, let me see, let you come in. There we go. What did you enjoy the most about this program?
Hello, everyone. So, yes, what I enjoyed most about this program was that, well, number one, of course, I enjoyed the fact that you were very transparent about your own journey, and that you were very, clear and straight to the point. And like she had said before, it was very simple and easy to follow. I didn't want something that was going to be really, really complicated. I wanted something that was going to be very easy to follow and put into place. So even though you provided us with the information and the spreadsheets and things that you use, is something that is very easy, that you can put into place, and you can tailor it to fit your own particular your own finances, and you can alter it how you need to. But it's very simple and easy as far as plugging in your information and going through with it. And so that's what I enjoyed most. I also enjoyed how it was very personable, and very laid back, but it was very informative as well. And we had fun with this. So it was like the best of both worlds. You got educated, you learned a lot of great powerful information, but not only did you just learn powerful information in regards to your finances, you also taught us and gave us practical steps and ways on how we can implement it into our lives. So that's what I enjoyed most about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see. Who is next? Who haven't I talked to? I think Nakisha. Nakisha, what did you enjoy the most about Girl Get Your Money Right? We can't hear you, baby. I think you're muted. There you
I
go.
was muted. I'm sorry, y'all. I would say what I enjoyed about it the most as well was that it was easy to follow. That was the most important because and it was like it's quick guides that we could just get to, where we don't have to look and know what it is that you need to do, because a lot of times you don't have much time to do. So when you bank out the time that you want to look at your expenses, it was really quick and easy, to say, oh, here's my sheet, I got it, boom, 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 boom. So blocking everything became very simple for me. Where if you don't have a lot of time to spend on your finances, you can breeze right through it to know what you're putting out.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's see. Thank you. So, Nakisha, what were some of the challenges that you experienced that made you sign up for Girl Get Your Money Right?
Becoming homeless was a big thing for me, due to finances, and what we were doing with our finances, myself and my husband, was a big thing for me on why I actually signed up for the program. To know where we were actually putting so much money out and why we were putting so much money out became the issue for us. So taking this program helped me get a grip on, because I had made up in my mind we weren't going to be homeless anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So this program was one that actually made my baby leap, as they say, to say, you know what, girl, it's time to, if you don't want to be homeless, then you need to figure out in a whole of where your finances is going. And this program helped me to do that, and really to zoom in on where we were spending, or helping others that we really shouldn't have been doing. So that's why I took the program.
I think that's awesome too. And that correlates to my story, because that's one of the reasons that led me to launch Girl Get Your Money Right. Because over 8 years ago, I faced homelessness with my daughter. We ended up having to move in with a complete stranger who ended up being an angel in disguise. And that was the lowest point that I had ever been in my life. Back then, my rent was only like $500 a month. But I was so busy trying to build a brand, build a business, like trying to do all of these things, where I was just spending money, graphic design, website development, magazine. Like I was just spending money for a good thing. I wasn't out clubbing, partying, all of that. But I also teach too, like even when you have a business, you got to tell your money where to go. You need to develop a budget for marketing, and budget for website design, and graphic design, and whatever it is that you have to do, payroll. You really need to develop a budget, because we have revenue that comes in, and a lot of times it's not that we're not making the money, it's what we're doing with it. It's a lot. For me, it was a mismanagement of funds. And so I was very transparent also with sharing my story, how I'm my mother's youngest child. I'm the baby. My mom always bailed me out. Like, she was my crutch. She would just, bail me out of everything. And then when that happened, God positioned it where she didn't even have it to help me. So a lot of times our rock bottom is where we learn that God is the rock, and so if you're in a place right now where you feel overwhelmed financially, now mind you, each of these ladies were in a different posture, had a different situation, but they invested in themselves and they signed up and they got the information. They asked questions. And so and at the end, I'll share more details, but you do receive a one-on-one coaching session with me when you sign up, so that your questions can be answered if you still have some in the process of doing the program, because like they mentioned, it is very detailed. A lot of your questions will be answered. And we just want you to know that wherever you are financially, it's not anything to be embarrassed about. That's the first thing. It's like, don't be embarrassed, don't be ashamed, but take responsibility and say, listen, I got to do something better. I got to, if you're saying, and a great way to assess this is if something you want comes out on Tuesday and you be like, oh, I'll get that on Friday. You want to not live paycheck to paycheck. Or if you're kind of living like Latia mentioned, like, let me bring Latia back up here. When Latia talked about, here we go. Where's she at? Come on. Let's see. Let me add Latia. When Latia talked about how she was swiping that card, yo, I had a whole system. Like, back in the day, you know how it is when you would run your card as credit, it takes 2 days to clear. Like, come on, we talk about all the little jacked up, we work the system, don't we? Like, I knew, okay, I was living paycheck to paycheck, so by like the first week, I was broke the next week, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't that I wasn't making the money, I just was mismanaging my funds. And so I worked in Wilson, because during that time I worked at Wilson Medical Center. Y'all know my background is in administration in the medical field. And I would swipe that card on Wednesday, because I'm like, yo, my check gonna come on Friday, it's not gonna clear. But come on, y'all, we don't want to live like that. And that's the goal. The goal is to ultimately break the cycle. Latia, unmute yourself and tell us, how was it when you find, like, where are you now after you have this information? And I'll go through each of you ladies. Where are you now, and how have you applied this information to your life?
Well, now that, I took the class, I have so much knowledge. I'm saving my money. I don't keep the money in the bank. I keep the cash on me, and I budget myself little by little. Like, I put certain amount towards, maybe I want to do my personal care, like my hair. I do my own nails. I do not go out and get my nails done. I save a lot of money on that, just doing my own, just get some fresh press-on nails, and it'll be like you just went to the salon. I have, an envelope system where I have my savings. That's another thing. She would teach you how to save, how to put money to the side and save. So right now I'm in the process of building that emergency fund.
All right, let me see who I want to bring on next. I'm trying to rotate y'all evenly. Let's go back to Wanda. Wanda, same question for you. How have you applied this information, and how have you experienced transformation throughout this process?
Well, I looked at where I am financially, and because I'm retired, I only get one paycheck a month. So to be honest with you, I don't need to go out and buy any unnecessary things. So I made a list of all my bills. I made a list of how much I owe, how much I pay monthly. I've always was one who saved money. So I learned the money that I invested, I have a financial planner. And so I would call and ask him questions about if I have anything without interrupting my investment to pay some of my bills off. And I found that I did. I had dividends. And
Mm-hmm.
so a dividend can pay one of my bills totally off. And then after, I'm learning how to pay one bill at a time, because
That's
when I first got out of debt, I was fine. But when you have money and you don't have respect for your money in a relationship, you will overspend. And so I had to grasp a hold of myself and be responsible and accountable for money. So I do keep money, cash money on hand. I just am careful of how I spend my money. I have a goal to be out of debt by 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I have a goal that money that I get in, I look at my organization, because I have a nonprofit organization, some of my savings that I can contribute or put in to my organization to help out young girls getting books, book bags, and, partner with some of my colleagues to help out. So it has taught me how to manage money, be responsible, don't spend unnecessary, be disciplined. If I don't need it, it's a want. I have to look at what I want and what is needed. If I want something, I can put that on the side. So things that I need, I would have to be respectful and disciplined and have to use wisdom.
And I think the great thing, hold on, I want to put Wanda back up here. And one of the things that Wanda said that I think was so powerful is she continued to educate herself. Notice she said, I have a financial advisor. Like, yo, that's what this class, guys, is really to do, to ignite, to provoke you to get your finances in order. And so, Girl, Get Your Money Right is not about all of that dividends and tackling debt. It's teaching you how to break that cycle, to ignite, to start that conversation of where am I, to do an assessment of where you are. And like she said, she had to learn and develop a system, which I give you in Girl Get Your Money Right. Like, focus on one thing at a time. We be trying to save, we be trying to pay off debt, we try to do all of these things instead of having one center focus. If your focus first is save $1,000, it's like, hey, all that extra money, what you usually would spend at Starbucks, what you usually would go get your hair, your nails, or whatever. Like, I haven't had my nails done in like 5-6 months. I've been wearing press-ons and I love it. I don't even think I'm gonna go back to get my like when I was like, yo, that's it, and I can just put them on in 5 minutes. Let's go, let's get it, and so now, and here's the deal. It's Girl Get Your Money Right. It's really teaching you about prioritization. Right, Wanda? Like, even the things that you do want. Remember I told y'all 2020 really came to teach us how to prioritize what's more important.
Right.
So it's not to say if you want a Chanel bag that you can't have it. Like, I like nice things too, but instead of putting it on your credit card, and then unless you're going to pay it off in 30 days. So it's all about learning the system. Like, if you're going to get it and you're going to pay it off in 30 days, and then watch this, what's your objective? What's your purpose? Why do you have a credit card? Is it to build credit? So there are some financial advisors that teach you cut up all your credit cards. And I understand the concept, because what I know, like Dave Ramsey, some people have a problem with that. I don't agree, And I'm like, nah, I totally understand why he was teaching us that, because if you're in debt up to your neck and you don't have any type of discipline, you need to get rid of it, because clearly you're using it. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I was able to use credit cards to build my credit. Like, I'm literally on my way, very close to a 750 credit score. And I did not, and this is, guys, this is years after hiring people to fix my credit. Now, I'm not trying to take no money out of nobody's mouth, but y'all got to be careful. Some of this stuff, depending on, now, my credit is a little different. Only thing I really had was student loans. But if you have like repossessions, bankruptcies, I know that may be a different conversation. But I just had simple, small stuff, like and it's not that my mother didn't try to teach me. I just didn't listen. It was like, I don't got to listen, because anything I need, you got it. So it was things that I just didn't listen to. Right? Come on. I didn't listen, but then I learned, like, hey, I can utilize this to build my credit. Where I started, they say, don't pay off this, don't pay off that. I guess, like, when we talk about tackling debt, guys, it goes back to character and integrity. And I know I'm about to say something that's going to challenge some people, but that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? As a business and lifestyle strategist, that's what I do. When this is what disconnected me, and I learned that everything about my journey is a process. Everything about my journey has cost me something. So when I did reach out to someone years ago to work on my credit, and I learned how it worked, I was like, oh, you're going to send letters to this company to tell them to prove that this is my debt. And it's really, and I know it's my debt, but you want them to prove it. And if they don't, then you're going to dispute it. I was like, that don't seem integral to me. Like, come on, I know that's a whole nother conversation. Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy. I'm like, but if I know I owe this doc, come on, let me put all the ladies on the screen. Like, come on, y'all. Real talk. Let me see how I add y'all. Let me add everybody. Come on. See, y'all, these are conversations that we don't like to have. We don't like to talk like this, right? But I'm like, I know that that's my debt. Like, I know that. So for you to dispute it, I'm thinking you'll take it off. But I'm like, I did that. And so, and then another thing with us being women of faith, how many of us, we have taken our purses to the altar? Oh, I plead the blood of Jesus and cancellation. We cancel out all this. We declare and we decree. But there are some things, some processes that you literally have to go through so that you never will find yourself in that predicament again. Over 8 years ago, when I hit rock bottom and I had to move out of my place and my mother could not help me and we moved in with strangers, do y'all know how low that was? I remember holding my baby, crying, saying, you know what? We will never be in this position again. We will holding her, crying. So sometimes you gotta pay. Somebody mute yourself. I hear myself echoing. Sometimes you got to pay your way out of that debt. There are some people who have great testimonials of, debt cancellation, all of that. But God also know his children. For some of us, he know if I just cancel that and remove that, you're going to be right back in debt again. But if you feel it, if it causes you pain, if it causes you shame, if it's a discipline that I'm trying to impart into you and teaching you how to better manage your finances, then your relationship with money is going to change. You see what I'm saying? And I know we went a different route with that, but I do want to challenge us when we're working on our finances, y'all. Let's operate in character and integrity. Like, again, I began to work on my own credit, and Girl Get Your Money Right doesn't spend a lot of time on that. But I wanted to add it in there because it's so much out here. Fix your credit. And I get it. I understand the hustle. I understand the importance of that business. But look at it and see, are there things that you can do yourself? And even inside of this, in the back of the book, the workbook that you guys receive, I talk about different ways that you can save money, like checking your light bill, not your light bill, like your cable. I turned off cable a long time ago. Anybody still got cable? More power to you. Like, I'm a Netflix, Hulu. Like, I just cut. So minimizing, eliminating debt that you no longer need. I was paying over $200 something for cable, and I was like, I don't even. And look how long that I did that. So it's teaching your car insurance, like shopping around to find out, if you paying this amount, you could be paying half of that with another company for the same benefits. So it's really teaching you how to be intentional, how to be organized. I think I saw Crystal comment about that, saying that, I even teach you about the organization part of it. So who else? Let's talk to, have I heard from Nikisha? Let me see. About how this resonated with you. Let's do Nikisha. Where's Nikisha? Hold on. There you are, baby. So the question for you is, where are you now, and how has the program helped change your mindset as it relates to money? Like, how has it helped you on your financial journey today?
I'm in a much better place today financially, where I would say things that would stress me out, or my lights going out. Haven't had my lights out in a while, so it taught me how to actually put things in perspective on how we were loosely using things in my household, where, yes, we still do have cable because my husband won't let it go, but that's his deal. He loves it. I'm with it. So but we still minimize the things that we are doing inside our household in order to keep our budget under wraps. Even as far as my grocery bill, some of these things was just unnecessary to do, because I would spend a lot on groceries. So we just, I made a budget, and that's what I have now stuck to. And, I can see, where the advancement is coming, because even some things with what I'm doing personally for myself have begun to unfold due to following the structures and the lessons that we were taught in Girl Get Your Money Right.
Awesome. Oh my goodness. So here's what we're going to do. Thank you so much for sharing that. Here's what we're going to do now. I'm going to bring everyone back on the screen, and I'm going to ask you all the same questions. I'm pretty good with navigating this thing, but whoo, it's a lot. So here, we're going to do this. I want each of you to take turns as we prepare to close out. I want you to take turns, and I want you to share, what would you say to someone that is considering signing up for the Girl Get Your Money Right coaching program? What exactly would you say to the person who's like, oh, I don't have the money? Because it's very affordable, especially compared to a lot of these other, financial trainings that's available today. And as a disclaimer, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, but what I am is a woman who has experienced homelessness, and then worked over the years to generate a 6-figure business, now on my way to 7 figures. And it's not that, again, it's not about having the money, it's not spending your money unnecessarily. So all I'm doing is sharing systems and processes and organizational tools and resources that have helped me as a woman. So I'm just like you. I'm in the same boat as you. If wherever you are right now, I'm sure I've been there, but teaching you that you don't have to stay the way that you are. So I want each lady, and I'm going to call on you one by one, but this is the question, right? I want to make sure we got the question, because I'm not going to repeat it. I'm going to just flow from one person to the next for the sake of time. What is it? Yeah, my lip gloss. Why would you recommend this program to others? What would you say to someone who's considering signing up, and then they have all of these excuses, and maybe they're wondering about the benefits? What would you say to them? Let's start with you, Wanda.
For me, you would want to, because you have to look at where you are financially, and you have to look at what are you spending. If you should be able to take what you have and invest, because when you invest in yourself to help yourself, it will better yourself. It will help you manage your money, be disciplined, knowing what you're spending, why things are going out and not coming in. So if I were you, I would take this course, Girl Get Your Money Right, because we all need to get our money right. And we need to start now, not later. The sooner you start, the better you will feel about yourself, and to be able to do the things that you thought you could never do, even starting a business, being an entrepreneur. So we need to get our money right. We need to get our finances right. We need to have a relationship with money. So I would implore y'all to, invest in yourself to get it right and make it right and stay in that vein.
Thank you so much. Latia, what about you, darling?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I would advise you to take this class. You can't afford not to take the class, especially if you're struggling with your money, if you always broke, if you're looking to start a business, you want to get your money in order and organized. And teach you the discipline. It's a fun class. Carla is down to earth. I promise you won't be disappointed. The class is 3 hours, but it's not even gonna feel like 3 hours. And it's a simple class. Not enough paper, not a lot of paperwork. It's just simple steps to take.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And actually, this is the self-study coaching program. So they'll be doing it on their own. They'll get the resources, the information. They'll get an audio introduction. And I'll go into all of that as well. Talisha, what about you? What would you say to somebody that's like, I want to change my life, but I don't know if I can, or whatever excuses that people come up with? What would you say?
I would say to them, if they're watching this, that means they need it. That's definitely, I would definitely say that. And a lot of times, people say, well, I can't afford it. But when you really look over your finances, because when I did my taxes for last year, I realized that in 1 month, I spent over $800 on food. And that's including eating out and buying groceries. Like, you really pay attention to where you're wasting money. And it's an amazing class because you learn your money blueprint. Like, the money blueprint just like was like, like the it's like the light bulbs went off with the money blueprint, because money would burn my hand and I would not understand. I did not know and understand that money was burning my hand. So it's amazing. You really want to learn what your money blueprint is. You want to know how you're programmed, how you function with money, what's your relationship with money. So you really cannot afford not to take it. And it's really an investment in yourself, because we're going into a new year. So you don't want to continue, but you don't want to bring your old mindset concerning money into the new year. So at some point in time, you got to start somewhere. So that's what I would say.
Thank you so much. And the great thing about this class is you can do it. Oh, this program is you can do it over and over and over. Like the spreadsheets, they can last you a lifetime. All you got to do is make copies. And I want to say this is not a genie in the bottle. This is work. It's like anything. It's like I tell my business coaching clients, my book coaching clients, like, it takes work. You got to be willing to do the work, but you got to be honest about where you are. I always say that we cannot conquer what we're unwilling to confront, and we cannot confront what we're unwilling to identify. So if we want to overcome, we first have to acknowledge that we need help in this particular area. All right, Nikisha, what about you, baby? You got to unmute yourself and let us know what you would say to someone that is still on the fence about Girl Get Your Money Right.
I would just say, girl, you need to get it together. At the end of the day, money is controlling you. You're not controlling it. And you have to become and get yourself in alignment with it. Get a healthy relationship with your money rather than your money controlling you. A lot of people say that money is burning through their hands because they allow the money to control them rather than you controlling the money. So that's what I would tell them. You stop crying about what you got, what you don't got. Do something about it.
Straight to the point, just like that. Chatney, what about you, baby? Nikisha, mute yourself, baby. I think you got some feedback going on. Go ahead, Chatney.
I would say that, okay. Yeah. Can you hear me? Okay. So basically, what I would tell anyone, if you are considering or if you're on the fence about signing up for this program, get off of the fence and go ahead and make whatever sacrifices that you got to do, and just invest in yourself, because it's well worth it. It's not only going to help to shift your mindset, it's going to help you get the right systems in place so that you can, keep better track of and manage your finances. And so I just think we have to just get to, don't hesitate on in ourselves. We don't hesitate when it comes to spending money on getting our hair done, eating out, or anything else. But when it comes to investing in ourselves, we are so quick to make an excuse. And if you want to get to the next level in life, especially when it comes to your finances, you have to eliminate all the excuses and be able to make the sacrifice and make the investment into yourself.
Awesome sauce. Thank you so much for sharing that. Oh my goodness, that was really good. Did I get everybody? Y'all nod at me because y'all know I'm struggling. Okay, I got everybody. It's a lot. You over here navigating the screen and trying to, okay, I'm trying to put myself on. Give me a second. Here we go. So that's where I know how to do it. And then I'll add y'all back. All right, so at this time, you guys have heard from these amazing ladies who have shared their experience with Girl Get Your Money Right. And so now I want to share with you what the program consists of. And so Girl Get Your Money Right is a self-study coaching program that you can do at your own pace. And so when you go to girlgetyourmoneyright.net and you sign up, you will receive an automatic download for this workbook. It's called Girl Get Your Money Right, a step-by-step guide to breaking the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. You can print it out. You can put it in a binder. All right. And so the topics that I cover in this program is I share what does the Bible say about money. So where it says chapters, you're going to break those down into modules. So it's 10 chapters, but it's 10 modules. You can cover this training over the course of 10 days, or you can cover this training over the course of 10 weeks. It's completely up to you. I recommend 10 weeks. And the reason why is because you don't want to cram. You don't want to try to do everything so quickly, because remember, it's all about transforming your money blueprint, transforming your mindset, transforming behavior, or replacing poor habits and behaviors and mindsets with proper and healthy behaviors, mindsets, and habits. Does that make sense? So module 1 is what does the Bible say about money? So you could do module 1, week 1. That's over the course of that week. The scripture references that I share, you go and also do research, because remember, this is all about igniting you to dig deeper and further educate yourself. This is just a conversation starter to get you going, but this is a system that you literally can use for the rest of your life. Module 2 is how to determine your money blueprint. I share with you about your relationship with money and where it derives from. A lot of times it comes from our caregivers, those who raised us, how mama was with money, how daddy was, grandma, mima, how they were with money. We tend to take on those patterns and those mindsets. If there was a lack of money, if there was a lot of money, you see what I'm saying? Like we see on, have and the have-nots is back on. And so we see where, what's the character name? The rich, like the Criers, their son. You see what I'm saying? How money just ruined him. Like he got all this money, talking to his dad all crazy. He's done shot his parents, and all because he has a drug addiction. And they're like, we're no longer going to keep feeding this. But because of his access to wealth, it had a lot to do with his mindset and his behavior as it related to life. So money can, agree of who you really are. That's what I believe money. I believe money exposes. It doesn't necessarily change you. If you rude, nasty, or if you're arrogant, all money is going to do is pull more of that out of you. If you are a giver, money is just going to cause you to want to give even more. And even if you're establishing your, once you read module 2 and we talk about your money blueprint, you got to start thinking about, why do I want more money? What is it that I want to do? Is it just all about you? Check your motives. For me, I want to be able to be an investor with no strings attached to other women of color who want to start businesses that may not have the revenue. I want to be able to write the $10,000, $50,000 check. And of course they have to qualify and all of that stuff. But when they walk away, they don't owe us a dime. We have to be able to see where the money is going. They got to give us now. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes we go too far with it. Like if a homeless person is on the side of the street, you think twice about giving them $5. And you say, they might have a biz, or that's their hustle. I don't have anything to do with that. I sow and then I let go. I sow and then I let go. And so that's where, it goes back to your money blueprint. What were you taught about money? And then module 3 is how to change your relationship with money. So once you've identified what it is, then I teach you how to change it to a healthy relationship or dynamic if you don't already have that. Module 4, I teach you how to set smart money goals. We all have heard of SMART, the acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. However, we know it, but do we do it? Do we implement it consistently? And that system can be applied to any area of your life, whether they're spiritual, personal, or professional goals. They can be applied. Module 5, I talk to you about how to create a spending plan that works. A spending plan, that's you telling your money where to go. And that's where you be honest. If you like to get your hair done, if you like, but then I also teach you how to assess if you don't have no money in the bank, sis, let's put your hair on pause. Let's put your nails on pause. Let's put entertainment on pause, and let's build us this savings account, right? We don't want to just look like a success in 2020, 2021, 2022, but we want to literally be a success. And you have to define what that looks like for you. And I know living paycheck to paycheck is not successful in your eyes. Module 6, I teach you the difference between discipline and decision. So we talk about discipline versus decision. Sometimes, just like signing up for this class, you just got to make a decision. Like, yo, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to just jump out there. I'm going to do it. And so sometimes we we become wavering, you know, in between opinions and thoughts and should I not. If the information resonates with you, then hey, let's get started. Let's transform your mind. Let's transform your thoughts. Module 7, how to implement the SMART goal system. So I teach you how to set SMART money goals in module 4, but in module 7, I'm teaching you how to implement a SMART goal system. Module 8 is how to get clear on the money that you make. Module 9 is how to get clear on the money that you spend. This involves me having you look at your bank account, seeing where your money goes. You saw what Talisha shared. 1 month, she realized she spent $800 in 1 month on food. These are behaviors and patterns and mindsets. Believe it or not, that's your money blueprint. Something in that mindset that said it's okay to do that. Who did we see demonstrated? But it doesn't matter how we saw it. It doesn't matter, you know, what we saw demonstrated before us. We can snatch back our lives and change the behavior. And then module 10, and finally, I teach you how to create a survival and thriving budget. And then you have a walk it out activity. And then as a bonus, I give you tips for realistically reducing your spending. So that's things that you're spending money on right now. I give you strategies and information on different areas of your life where you can minimize debt, where you can save money. And then you have your financial worksheets, all right? You have a revenue generating worksheet. You are a detailed revenue tracking spreadsheet. You have a detailed expenses tracking spreadsheet. You also have several spreadsheets that's within the book. And you also have, let me see, the monthly bills and due dates. That's one spreadsheet. I call it a at a glance. That's where you tally up all your bills each month and then notate it when it's paid. And then you have the monthly itemized revenue, and then the monthly itemized expenses spreadsheet. And those are the only ones that I use. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. That's all that I use. The monthly bills and due dates. So that's at a glance. The revenue generating spreadsheet. That's where each day you write down what's coming in. And this is excellent if you own a business. This is great. Or if you work a 9 to 5, but you have more than one stream of income, this is really good for you as well. Then the details expenses tracking spreadsheet, and then the monthly itemized revenue, and then the monthly itemized expenses. And so that's what this consists of. So when you sign up today, you go to girlgetyourmoneyright.net and you will receive a 188-page workbook. It'll be as an automatic download. You can get a binder like I have here, get it printed out. And then you also receive, what else you get? You get the 188-page workbook. You get the audio introduction by me. It also includes a one-on-one 30-minute coaching or strategy session with me. I would like for you to schedule your session after you complete it. So that way I can help you through that next phase of you completed this course. You've done this 10-week or 10-day study. It's completely up to you on how you do that. And then you're like, okay, I've done this, or this is where I am. Your financial spreadsheet, and then you may want to do some one-on-one coaching thereafter to be, to tackle other areas of your life. So that's pretty much what the program consists of. Thank you so much. I want to add the ladies back on the screen so we can thank them. Thank you, ladies, so much for tuning in. Everyone that's interested in signing up, you can go to girlgetyourmoneyright.net to learn more and to sign up so that you can secure your financial future. You can change your behavior, change your mindset. And so any final thoughts before we leave? Wanda, any final thoughts you want to give the people before we get ready to leave?
My whole mindset has changed the way I look at money, finances, and I thank you for that. Introducing this program to all of us, not just me, to all of us, and taking a snippet of ourselves and to get it right and stay right. Once we have a mind change for the better, everything will fall in place. So I thank you for this program, helping me to get myself right in my finances, staying disciplined, and continue to move forward. So thank you, Carla.
You're so welcome, Wanda. Thank you. Latia, any final thoughts from you, baby?
I agree with Wanda. I just want to tell you thank you for this class. It really helped me and it changed my mindset towards money. And just thank you. Like I'm on my way to meeting my goals with the money, and I'm never gonna be broke again. That's my new mindset is I'm never gonna be broke again.
That's
So
right.
thank you.
You're so welcome, baby. Nakisha?
I would say, echoing the other two ladies, the same also that this is a tool to teach your children, as a lifestyle change, not just a pass by. This is a lifestyle change that we should be implementing throughout our family, and our children, so that they can grow up with a healthy lifestyle with their finances as well. I think this program is helpful enough that even your children can understand what to do when it comes to money and saving money as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Talisha, and then we'll end with Chatney.
Well, I definitely thank you for this class. It was amazing. It was truly a blessing. I have my binder. I have a binder. I created a binder because I noticed my major problem was a lack of organization. So since I had a lack of organization, that's why I didn't know where my money was going. And one thing you said, and you even kind of mentioned it, if you didn't say it like this, but I'm gonna say it like this. If you're trifling in your personal finances, you're going to be trifling in your business finances. And you ended up, you didn't say it like that, but that's how I'm saying it. So I had to get organized in my personal finances. And through the education, I learned how to get organized in my personal finances, and I'm watching my money. Like I know where my money is going and I know how much I have. So it was truly a blessing. And I'm going to be posting my updated information for the information that's in my binder in the group we have, just to share my progress.
Oh, yeah. And thank you for sharing it. That's another thing. You also, I couldn't think of all of it. You also get access to a group where you will be in the group with these ladies and others who sign up for the program. So it becomes a community. It's called Girl Get Your Money Right. And you guys can communicate if you start struggling or if you fall off. I check in with the group every now and then, just say, hey, how you doing? You hanging in there? Or how the old mothers used to say, you yet holding on? You yet still holding on? I want you to say, I'm still holding on, Coach C. So it becomes, you know how the song say, it's a family affair. It's a family affair. That's what it becomes, right? Y'all know I always gotta sing one time. Listen, if God would have gave me a voice, sis, I might not be doing none of this. I gotta sing at least one time on one live, like I really can sing. I understand, but no, seriously. But you have support, so that's the great thing about it. Like you have the workbook, you get the one-on-one 30-minute session with me. Thank you for reminding me, Talisha. They get access to the group, and then you get the introductory audio as well. Last but not least, we're gonna close out with Miss Chatney. Chatney, any final thoughts, baby?
Well, I just want to say thank you so much again, Coach C, for offering this class. And I'll just say that it's definitely, will be life changing for anyone that does choose to sign up for this program. You will definitely get more than you're worth. And so, don't think twice about it. Just go ahead and do it.
Thank you so much, baby. And I want to thank you ladies again for not counting it robbery to join me today. Thank you so much. And I'm big on honoring time. It's an hour and 4 minutes. And I promise y'all we will be no longer than an hour. Y'all know it's small stuff like that to me is just about integrity. It's just the way it is. Because I used to be like Talisha talked about, I was a little trifling. So I had to learn to be to have character and integrity in everything that I do. And so I want to let these ladies go. You all have a blessed day. And also want to say shout out to one of my mentors. Love her dearly. Happy birthday, Real Talk Kim. Talked to her this morning. She about to have her seafood boil. She doing good. And also, y'all, it's Michael Jackson's birthday. Like, oh my goodness. He would have been like, what, 62 today? So in the midst of all this going on, find a reason to celebrate. During this time of this pandemic, we still in quarantine. Slightly, some people, I'm still in quarantine. Let's use this time to get educated. Let's use this time to level up financially, spiritually, personally, and professionally. And so, guys, head over to girlgetyourmoneyright.net. Y'all be blessed. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. My main website is carlacannon.com. If you're new to me and you're like, who this woman? Who this woman with all these women? You can go to carlacannon.com. But to sign up for the class, you go to girlgetyourmoneyright.net. All right. You guys be blessed. Thank you so much for joining me. I love each and every one of you. See y'all over in the group. And for those that'll be coming over, we look forward to seeing you too. Y'all have a blessed day, a blessed weekend. Thank you so much. Bye.